Chapter 31, Mind is finally opened. Yuan Zhan's hand tightened, and Yan Mo yelled immediately, "Wait! Why kill me? I said before that it's in the south and that I didn't know the specific number of days. I have not been there, how can I know? You either know and don't want to say, or just lie." Although this kid saved him, it does not mean that he has no other thoughts about crossing them. How can another tribe believe in another person from another tribe completely? What do you mean? Where did I lie to you? I am going with you. If it is dangerous, am I not in the same danger? Yan Mo felt a headache. He is really deceiving them, but whoever is idiot enough to admit who it. Bing shook his head and his face was full of sorrow. You said that the end of the mainland is in the south? And at the end of the mainland, there is a salt-producing sea, right? Yan Mo can only squeeze an answer through his grinding teeth, yes. Bing said the Jason man was looking for something, but he also said what he was looking for is possible to be found an end to the mainland. When Bing made this outburst, Yan Mo suddenly wanted to give himself a slap in the face. He knew why Lai and Yuan Zhan got mad. Do you suspect that the Jason warriors were also looking for new salt fields? Yan Mo looked at Lai and others. Bing did not answer, but the expression on Lai and Yuan Zhan has already explained the answer. Shan and Dia reacted a little slower, until then it was clear why Lai's face was also ugly, it was related to the salt. Meng looked at his brother, looked at Bing, and finally looked at Yan Mo, then he stupidly asked, "What is wrong with this? Are you worried that the new salt land has been discovered and occupied by the Jason people and the Sun Worshipper people?" Yuan Zhan clenched Yan Mo's neck and forced him to look to his face, and he asked with a chilling tone, "Where is a new salt direction to the east? South will you or will you not say it?" "South." Yan Mo clenched his fists, and the hidden gold needle in his waist had been gripped hard by his hand. At this time, if he saves himself it would only indicate his guilty conscience. "Do you still insist on the south?" Lai seems a bit amazed. The Sun Worshipper territory is on the grasslands in the east, and the Jason people who are planning to go to the end of the mainland to find something they couldn't find in their mountain, but they are looking for it. If the Sun Worshipper still ride horses, obviously they have already prepared. Doesn't this mean that the end of the mainland is actually in the east, and the sea you are talking about is also in the east? Meng finally understood. He yelled while his fingers pointed at the boy's nose, "You are deceiving us. Chu Shidaren's warning is really wrong. He clearly told us that the east is the most correct way. Was he still defeated by the old priest? F***ck. This deep-rooted trust is terrible. F***ck again. You still have the last chance, Yan Mo. Like cold voice promised bad things. Before you saved T.A.G, and also told us the use a method of fixing broken bones using wood planks, so even if you are another tribe priest disciples, we choose to believe you and we did not tell about you to Chu Shidaren." Lai's spoken words made Bing frown, but he soon suppressed this surprise. "Now you saved Bing and Cao Ting, and made a backpack and animal armor. If it is not necessary, we don't want to hurt you. But this is not to say that we can let you deceive us. You should understand the consequences if deceive us." The voice from Lai was very gentle, but the killing expression on the face was very obvious. "I didn't lie to you. Why should I lie to you?" Yan Mo smirked. Zhan snorted and squeezed his neck. "Maybe you want to let your people find a new salt field first, and then take us over, then you can let the people who have already occupied the site save you by killing us." Here. Who said that wild people didn't have a wild imagination? This reason is even so special for him who has been questioned. Yan Mo reluctantly defended himself. "Are you that stupid? When you find someone there is occupied the salt lands, you will just stand there like a stick and let others kill you. Shouldn't I be afraid that you will kill me first? Besides, the Jason man only said that he was looking for one thing, he didn't say that he was looking for salt. How can you be sure that he is looking for salt? Mother f***, how can you moron be so difficult to understand? We are not sure. Lai was very honest, but you mentioned the end of the sea at the end of the mainland, but the Jason man also said that he would go to the end of the mainland to find something. If it was you, would you doubt that the other party is also looking for salt? Yan Mo was going to like the genius who made these primitive people. If they are not primitive people, why is their brain so smart? You should be stupid like a pig. If you just flicker, should you take someone like me as a god? Of course, he also knows a tribe who began to keep slaves. Even if his productivity is extremely backward, even basic items such as needlework and clothes have not appeared, and it does not mean that their brains are still in the enlightenment stage of the ancient primitive people. They have not been able to develop because the lack of material is probably the most important reason. In addition, it is probably that the tribal priest secretly suppressed the inventions and discoveries in order to protect his mysterious and power status. These 2 points are part of the root cause of human development that has been proven in the development of the world of the original world. In short, backward may represent ignorance, but it does not mean stupidity. At the end of the mainland is not just in the south, Yan Mo said. Maybe the east, and even other directions may have an end. Lai frowned, this is not enough. I don't just need to know the direction now, I still need to know the specifics. How can you say we go south? Your priest can't just tell you to go only south, without giving you any other tips. Now if you want to prove that you didn't deceive us, then come up with more powerful proof. What is a strong proof that I can give you? Maybe I should tell you to follow the river? Is that going to end up the year of the monkey? I am just a doctor, not a veteran explorer. But if you can give me a map of the world, I will be able to tell you exactly how to go. You take it out. Speaking of the map, Yan Mo was eager to feel the importance of reducing the scum point. If he reduced the scum point by 1,000, he would be able to use the third article of the guide now, so as to know the geography and is the hydrology situation in this land? When you don't say where to find salt, what minerals can he find around here? Yan Mo. Lai again urged him. Everyone was watching him, but their eyes are not filled with trust and dependence, but suspicion and urgency. It is also the same as Cao, who is usually the most friendly and trustworthy to him, but there was more worry in Cao's eyes. Wait, look for salt? Looking for mine? Map? Thieves. What did he ignore in front of him? Yan Mo can't wait to give himself a slap. He just thought that the guide would punish him, but he had to save people. He was too paralyzed, but he forgot that the guide has several quite useful functions, and they can be used by reducing the corresponding number of points. Once he reached the conditions of use and understood how to use the third article in the guide, he also wanted to use the information to find new salt fields. Still can't find a suitable place to build his own home? And once you have the exact map, you don't have to say that his survival rate in his primitive society can be raised more than half, at least he doesn't have to worry about walking into the swamp or quicksand while walking, and if he can better target it and avoid it he will lessen the chance to waste energy and life. As soon as the thought changed, Yan Mo suddenly felt a sense of openness. Why didn't he pay attention to this before? Why didn't he notice that this potholes reformation guide wasn't just a pothole, it would be useful? Because his eyes and his mind are completely blinded by all kinds of anger and all kinds of hatred. Anger solves nothing. But how can he reduce the scum value quickly and in large quantities? Yan Mo didn't have time to look at the data in detail, only to estimate it. If saving a person's life can reduce scum by 100 points, he saved Yang Wei twice, Bing once, Cao Ting once, shouldn't have been able to lose 400 points, that is to say, he only needs to save lives. The criteria for using Article 3 of the guidelines can be reached after he saves people 6 times. 600 points, you can say it's not much, say a lot less, once there is an opportunity, maybe it will be lost soon. For the first time, Yan Mo had a look and a sense of excitement in front of him. For the first time, he began to seriously think about how to use the guide, use his own strengths and knowledge, so that the world can live better and lose the scum value. In fact, from the day he came here to today, he had some point of drifting with the tide, and the negative confrontation with God. Basically, he didn't want to control it and he didn't push it, or he was trying his best to study how to manipulate the guide. Think about what to do in the future. Although he really wants to reduce the scum value, so that his life can return to his side, but only on the level of thinking and no action. Now, he completely wakes up and changes his mind. I have to say that people's ideas are really changing, and sometimes only a touch will make people's thought change like a wild wind. However, the epiphany also depends on his relation with other people. Yan Mo is not about to fool himself. He has already realized it before, but he has made a wrong direction. This time he finally realized the idea. This awakening, and then looking back at his original plan, Yan Mo felt good and funny. Because his original thoughts were too naive and too pissed, in terms of current reality and conditions, in such a purely primitive society with no infrastructure, dinosaurs and people coexisting, it is such a thing to bring such a thing, he want to cross the mainland to find the sea? Just kidding. Yan Mo's thinking was getting clearer and clearer. He originally wanted to fool the indigenous people and say that they followed the river flowing south. Although the rivers have different points on the ground and the surface, it is not always possible to find the sea by following the river. More often, there will be many changes on the pathway because of the terrain, but this is the best one he can think of. The method of finding the sea. Now thinking about it, it's not like finding it. But what do you have to say now and make it sound reasonable and not to let them wanting to change their destination? And can you temporarily find a safe and food-rich place to stay, so that he can greatly reduce the value of scum? Yan Mo's thought changes are long, but in real time it's only been less than a minute. However, Yuan Zhan and others have been waiting impatiently. Yan Mo, who was thinking and calculating it, felt his neck hurts, and the squeaky bastard master pinched him. I am afraid. Yan Mo's fearing look does not need to be pretended. The hand was raised, and the dirty long nails are about to touch the youth's arms. Everyone thought he was going to hurt, and his fingers gently touched the inner side of the young upper arm. Yuan Zhan's expression became strange in an instant. What is his little slave? Is he asking for mercy with him? Although his heart was laughing at the weakness from his little slave, the young man with a fierce expression relaxed his hand slightly. Well, actually relaxed it by a lot. Feeling the looseness of Yuan Zhan's grip, Yan Mo became more calm, as long as these barbarians do not really want to kill him. If his face is matched with the words he can make a proper expression, and the subsequent thoughts and expressions were formed in the brain. My priest did tell me some tips for finding the sea. I didn't say it because I was afraid that you wouldn't believe it if I said it, maybe you would kill me with anger. The boy's expression is like someone who wanted to cry and barely holding himself back. If you don't say, we will kill you. The look on Lai's face has become more gentle. He also does not want to kill this child, but as the oldest leader in this team, he must consider the life of all members. Well, in fact, the priest of our tribe told me that the sea is far away from us. We will inevitably encounter many dangers along the way. Before we go, we must do a lot of preparations. This is the truth. Lai and Yuan Zhan and other warriors think so together. Now waiting for them to ask questions, Yan Mo immediately said, if you still remember what I said before, I did not force you to go to the sea. You asked me where there is salt. I said that I want to find the sea because my priest told me that the sea is where most salt is, and I told you the truth, the sea is at the end of the mainland. If I wanted to lie to you, why would I mention the sea? Seeing everyone's face was alleviated, Yan Mo knows they listened to it. It seems that his actions during this time were not in vain. Although they were not enough to confront the influence of Yuanzhu tribe priests, he also left them with a very useful and hearty impression. So he quickly rushed to the railway. If you don't want to go to the sea, then I can take you to find other salt fields. The salt may not be as much as the sea, but it should be enough for Yuanzhu tribe for a few years. Listening to your words, you seem to know more than a one salt field that can produce salt. Bing was doubtful. Yan Mo calmly shouted, yes, I am a Yuanzhan disciple and I will definitely find salt more than ordinary people. Lai and others looked at each other. Jean pushed Yan Mo to the side of Cao Ting and let her watch him. Others thought that the slaves couldn't walk, but he knew that his little slave's legs were all right. The warriors gathered together for a quick and brief negotiation. First look for salt, who knows where the sea is? Diao said. But little Mo said that the sea has inexhaustible salt. Aren't there many foods near the sea? I think if the Yuanzhan people know the news of the sea, they would go to the south to find the sea. It is possible. Lai nodded. If the sea is really at the end of the mainland, the child does not lie. It will definitely be dangerous along the way. We only have 12 people. The fourth-rank warrior from the Jaishan tribe came out with 4 companions. When he got here, the group remained with only 1. I still don't know if he and the Sun Worshipper can find the end of the mainland. Winter is coming, the tribe is waiting for salt, and it's best if we can find salt nearby. The warriors went back to the boy and everyone fell down together. Yuanzhan poked his little slave. Well, where can we find salt besides the sea? Yan Mo refused to ask, where is the place with most grass-eating animals? For example, cattle, sheep etc. A/N. Translating Chinese isn't easy. Sometimes you get into stories where character names means literally how they look. Missing teeth name is Chuya, literally means missing teeth. Another example is that there is a city called Huocheng, or literally Fire City. The people in the city use the surname Huo. It gets confused as which name to use Fire City or Huo City or Huochen. So decided to go with an integrated name, Fire City.